Before anyone says I'm disrespecting Red Dead Redemption 2, let me make one thing clear. I genuinely think it's one of the greatest games ever made. The story is incredible. Arthur Morgan is one of the best protagonists in gaming history, and the amount of detail Rockstar put into that world is honestly unbelievable. But here's the opinion that's probably going to upset a lot of people. Just because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece doesn't mean it's fun for everyone. And I think a lot of gamers are afraid to admit that. Whenever someone says they couldn't get into Red Dead Redemption 2, the internet immediately acts like they've committed a crime. People respond with things like, "You just don't understand good games," or "You didn't play long enough." But what if that's not the real reason? What if the game simply isn't made for every type of player? Think about the opening few hours. The game starts with a long, slow introduction in the snowy mountains. You're learning controls, following characters, riding horses, and listening to conversations. It's important for the story, but let's be honest. If someone is coming from games like GTA 5, Call of Duty, or even Assassin's Creed, those first few hours can feel painfully slow. That doesn't make them a bad gamer. It just means they enjoy a different pace. And I think that's perfectly okay. One of Rockstar's biggest goals with Red Dead Redemption 2 is realism. Almost everything in the game is designed to make you feel like you're actually living in 1899. Looting takes time. Skinning animals takes time. Cleaning your weapons takes time. Even picking up items has detailed animations. The horse needs to be cared for. Arthur has to eat. He loses weight if you ignore him. His beard grows naturally over time. These details are incredible. They're the reason so many people call Red Dead Redemption to the most immersive game ever made. But here's the question. Does realism always make a game more fun? For some players, absolutely. For others, it becomes exhausting. Sometimes you don't want to spend several seconds watching the same looting animation for the 100th time. Sometimes you just want to grab the item and keep moving. And that's where opinions start to divide. The same thing happens with traveling. A lot of missions involve long horse rides where characters are having conversations. Personally, I think those conversations are some of the best written moments in the game. You learn about the gang, Arthur, Dutch, and the relationships between everyone. But if you're someone who mainly plays games for action, those rides can start feeling repetitive. Again, that's not bad game design. It's simply a design choice that won't appeal to everyone. Now compare that with GTA 5. The moment you start playing, things move quickly. You're switching between characters, stealing cars, escaping the police, and completing missions with a much faster pace. The game constantly throws something exciting at you. Red Dead Redemption 2 asks you to slow down and appreciate the journey. GTA 5 tells you to create chaos. Neither approach is wrong. They're just trying to give players completely different experiences. I also think social media has created another problem. Over the last few years, Red Dead Redemption 2 has reached almost mythical status. Whenever someone asks for the greatest game ever made, it's one of the first names people mention. And honestly, it deserves that praise in many ways. But because of that reputation, new players go in expecting the perfect game. Then they discover that the pacing isn't for them. Instead of saying, maybe this style isn't my thing, they feel guilty because everyone else seems to love it. Here's something I think we forget. A game can be technically brilliant and still not match your personal taste. That's true for movies. It's true for music. And it's definitely true for video games. I've met players who spent hundreds of hours in Red Dead Redemption 2 and still discover new details today. I've also met players who quit after 5 hours because they found it too slow. Neither group is wrong. Gaming is subjective. Not every masterpiece has to become your favorite game. And honestly, I think that's a healthier way to look at gaming. We don't all enjoy games for the same reasons. Some people want deep stories and realism. Others want fast combat and constant action. Some want exploration. Some want competition. That's what makes gaming such an amazing hobby. So when someone tells you they didn't enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2, maybe the answer isn't that they're wrong. Maybe it's simply that Rockstar made a game for a specific type of player, and not everyone fits into that category. And that's completely fine. So here's my question for you. Do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that every gamer should enjoy? Or do you believe it's a masterpiece that's simply not designed for everyone? I'm really interested to see what people think, because I have a feeling this is one of those opinions that will split gamers into two completely different camps.